All righty. Thank you so much for coming this evening. So I go to this Indian restaurant. We'll start in a second, but I just go to this Indian restaurant and they have a new owner, and he always says hello to me and is always telling me what he's doing to make the place better. And I said to him something like, "Oh, I like my Indian restaurant to be like super Indian." And it's like his single-mindedness. I think if you have to get into trying to be in the business of opening a restaurant in Los Angeles, you need like this blinders and single-mindedness. Because he was like, he wasn't going to have my opinion on any of his stuff, which is great for him. But then he's telling me he's going to have this guitar painted on the wall of his Indian restaurant. I'm like, that's kind of interesting that he's telling me that. I can't. And he's like, "Do you know Steve Vai?" And I'm like, "The guitar player?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Then I'm going to draw pictures like the ornamentation that is on his guitar, this floral thing." And I'm like, this is pretty deep. This guy really like went out of his way. And then when I left, I'm like, it's so funny. He was talking to me about guitar and Steve Vai and all this stuff. And then I looked down and my shirt was David Gilmour, the guitar player for Pink Floyd. I'm like, oh, that was the giveaway. Thank you. I'm going flannels off for this one. And I'm going to scoot back so we can start. We're going to start cross-legged, just in a simple seated position as best as you can do without too much discomfort. We're going to sit up really tall, core is engaged, shoulders are back. We're going to breathe in through the nose and then out through the nose. Just a couple of these. Let's do some movement with the breath. We're going to breathe in and touch the sky. We're going to breathe out and bring the arms down, and then all the way back up again, breathing in, and then back down on the out breath, and over and over. In breath was with the reaching up, out breath with the down hands. The reaching up lengthens our lungs. We're breathing both directions in and out through the nose. And we got a few more here. And when I'm reaching the hands up, I'm going wide with the hands, almost like jazz hands, but really opening them so I can get the fingers nice and stretched. Just a couple more since I just took so long to say that. Good. And then arms down. We're going to put the right hand about 6 inches out from the hip with the fingers pointing away. We will keep the right arm straight. Left palm faces the sky. We're going to continue breathing. I'm talking so I can't demo the breath, but we're going to reach up and over, long straight line. Lock your hip on that same side of the ground. We're going to look up along the elbow and keep breathing. Very nice. Let's switch to the other side. Left hand down. Right palm faces the ceiling, and then up and over. Again, long reaching as we lock the hip down. I feel that real close to the hip on the side here for me. And we look up along the elbow if possible, breathing in the nose. Go to center. I'm going to do a couple more while seated. Let's intertwine the fingers, push the palms all the way together. They don't have to be held there real hard, but just so that they're together. And then we're going to rotate mostly in the wrists, although I see in the image that my elbows are moving. That is probably not possible to not do that, but just in the wrist, one direction at first. Core is in, we're breathing. And then the opposite direction, please. and back to center. We're going to reach the right arm straight out in front of us with the fingers pointing down, and then we're going to pull back and we're going to take several breaths there. And then stay here a little longer, but if you're looking at the screen, you'll notice my shoulders up a bit. Bring it down so that they're kind of level to the earth. Well, not the earth, but the man-made structure that we're in with the flat floor. Because the earth doesn't have a lot of straight lines or flatness. Let's do the opposite side. Left hand out, we're going to pull back. And then again, keep that shoulder kind of level to your floor. We're going to breathe here. It's interesting how much humanity has taken on straight lines and squares and all these things. It's this thing that doesn't really exist except for through our minds. Very nice. Let's stand. We're going to back up and do a few more warm-ups before we get to the sun salutation. So with the feet about the distance of the hips, toes slightly splayed, knees bent a little bit. We're going to swing the arms side to side here. So the hands and the arms are super loose. The core is engaged. The spine stays in the middle, straight up the center to the crown of the head. Good, and very nice, back to center. We'll be somewhere near the top of the mat with the feet together, big toes touching, ankles a little bit apart, core engaged, thumbs out, feels so much nicer on my shoulders. You're welcome to do palms in. I did it like that for a decade, but thumbs out is a little nicer on the shoulders. We're going to breathe in as we reach up and look up. We're going to breathe out and forward fold, bringing the fingers nice and low. Low as they get, we either can put them on the shins of the ground. We want to keep the legs straight. We're going to keep them down. Look up, shoulder blades pulling together up on top there. Out breath, forward folding all the way back up to the sky. We're going to bring the hands in prayer to the moon, and we're coming down through the heart center. We're going to push into the earth and circle all the way back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding, again, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. Forward fold, out breath. All the way back up again, reaching out and up. Hands in prayer coming down through the heart center. All the way back up, breathing in through the nose. Breathing out, forward folding again, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. Forward fold on the out breath, all the way back up, reaching out and up. Here we go, down through the heart center again, all the way back up, breathing in through the nose. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low again. We look up, flatten the back. And from here, we're going to step back to the top of push-up. You can call it plank. At the top of this push-up, we're going to tighten the core and the legs. You can tighten the whole body if you like, but core and legs most importantly. We're going to maintain that tight as we lower down to chaturanga, up dog or cobra. We roll forward, tight legs, looking third eye, and then down dog, pulling up and back. Feet about 2 fists apart. We're going to bend one leg, push the opposite heel towards down, stepping a little bit back and forth in place. Excellent. Let's walk our way up to the top of the mat. Feet back together, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. Forward fold on the out breath. All the way back up, reaching out and up. Hands in prayer again. Come down through the heart center. We're going to push into the earth. We're going to circle all the way back up, breathing in through the nose. Breathing out, forward folding again, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. We step in again, top of push-up. We lower drop, up dog with cobra, and then down dog, pulling up again. If you didn't pedal the feet out, you didn't have to, you could stay still. But the other alternative for the second one is up on the toes on the in-breath, down with the heels. Or again, you're welcome to stay still. We're looking at knees or navel. Feet are 2 fists apart, breathing in the nose. And step or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, flattening the back. Forward fold. All the way back up. We're doing one more. Hands in prayer to the ceiling. Down through the heart center. We're going to push into the earth, circle all the way back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. Again, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. Stepping again, top of push-up. We lower, drop. Up dog or cobra. And down dog. Very nice. In down dog, remember, you're welcome to rest anytime you like. It doesn't even have to be in down dog anytime. Keep breathing, take care of yourself, listen to your body. All right, step, jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, we forward fold. Let's come all the way up, prayer to the ceiling for a moment. And then we're bringing arms right down at the sides. So the second half of the sun salutations, we're going to add Utkatasana, the chair, let the knees fall together, sitting and reaching, core in a bit. Good. Up over, forward folding. Again, fingers low. This will be the same. We look up, flatten the back. Stepping again, top of push-up. We lower, drop. Up dog. And down dog. Warrior 1, please, with the right foot stepping almost to the wrist of the hand that was down. So it's outside the center line, back foot pivots out 45 degrees. We're going to keep the knee over the ankle. For this first one, we're going to reach the left shoulder through the arm forward. Because every time we do Warrior 1, as best as we can, we want the torso facing the front of space like that, the front of the mat, same kind of line up there, especially the shoulders. The hips won't move as easily. Good, touch the sky. And again, hands back down. Stepping, we lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. Left foot warrior 1, right foot pivots out. Knee over ankle, arms up. We reach that right arm forward, and you can push into the right foot, breathing here. Very nice. Touch the ceiling again. And yes, hands back down, stepping back. Lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to breathe here. All right, step or jump. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair, and we stand. Excellent. Let's do a couple more. We sit in chair again. Very nice. Up, over, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. We step in again, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Warrior 1 on the right, left foot turns again, flatten the back, knee over the ankle, hands in prayer to the moon, lengthening up, pulling the core in and up. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Very nice. Hands down again, stepping back. We lower, drop, up dog or cobra, down dog. Left foot stepping, right foot turns out. Back up with the arms, hands in prayer again. Beyond the ceiling. Core in, looking up. All right, hands back down, stepping back. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. We stay here, breathing, remembering we're welcome to rest. All right, step or jump, top of the mat. We look up, we forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair. And standing, shoulders back, tight core. Just one more tonight. We sit in chair again. Great. Up, over, forward, folding, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. Stepping, top of push up again. Lower drop. Cobra or up dog. Down dog. Right foot warrior one again. Back up. Hands in prayer. As you pull the core in, feel the torso getting a little longer. And that's if you want to take that opportunity to arch back and lift the heart a little bit, you can. Excellent. Hands down again, stepping back. We lower drop. Cobra or up dog. And down dog. Left foot stepping, right foot turns out. Hands in prayer above the head. Core in and up. If you want to arch back, we lift the heart. Great. Hands down again, stepping back. Lower drop. Up dog and down dog. Very nice. Breathing right here. All right. Step, jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up. We forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair. We're going to stay in chair, just breathing here. You could again bring the hands in prayer straight up to the moon or just out a bit. And if you do bring the hands in prayer, you want to look up. Great. Let's stand. We're going to take the feet apart, distance, say the hips, the shoulders again. And let's grab the elbows, or you can grab prayer if you prefer. We're going to hang down and let everything drop off our back. And those of you that want to bounce, go ahead. You're welcome to bounce. You can push the breath out of the nose as the body drops down, or just hang and let gravity do the work. Sometimes we engage the core here and we come all the way up and let's touch the ceiling. And then all the way back down. It's okay to bend the legs. We're bringing peace fingers under the big toes, thumbs touching on the inside, big toes pushing the fingers down, elbows away from the ears, head down, like your spine is lengthening through the crown of your head to the earth. Good. Again, all the way up to the sky. And again, all the way back down. Each hand under each foot from the front, so the toes are touching the crease in the wrist. You can pull up on the feet if you like, bring the crown of the head down. And we try to make the legs go in the direction of straight. We don't force too much, but just in that direction. Excellent. Let's stand and we'll be somewhere at the top of the mat. And we are going to pivot through the standing series tonight. So the left foot, we're going to step back about the distance of one of our legs. Right foot straight forward, back foot about 45 degrees. We're going to bring the arms out over the feet. For triangle, we're going to reach out over the right foot and then right hand down, maybe on the shin, maybe palms out. If you get down lower, you know where to go. And then left arm up. And if possible, we're looking to the reaching hand. You could look down. Great thing to look down. You want your nose pointing right at the foot so you're stacked up real clean. We're going to breathe here. Good. Let's come up. We'll do our first pivot. So the right foot goes into 45 degrees and the left foot points straight out the back. We're gonna reach that left arm out over the left foot and then left hand down, right arm up, triangle on the other side, and we shall breathe here. Excellent. Back up. We pivot again. Left toes 45, right toes straight out the front. We're going to shorten the stance a couple of inches for the next one, which is the twist of triangle. Let's reach that left arm forward, lengthening out with your chest kind of facing the floor now. So you got to forward fold a little bit. And then left hand, you can go on the shin. I put it on the back of the hand outside of the leg as a leverage point. Great. And then right arm up, and the hand could start slipping down further and further towards the foot. Could get on the ground for some of us. We're going to keep breathing here. Excellent. Back up. We pivot again. Right toes 45, left toes out. We're going to reach the right arm forward with the chest coming down towards the earth. Lengthen out that side. And then when you're ready, right hand on the shin, left arm up, breathing here. Very good. Up again. Left toes 45, right toes out. Let's re-lengthen the stance for warrior number 2. So knees still over the ankle. And now the hip is pulling back, the opposite of warrior 1, where it's coming forward. And then arms out over the feet. We hold the core tight and we drop the shoulders. We breathe and look at the right hand. For extended side angle, we're going to take the center of the right forearm on the leg near the knee, left arm up and over. Could look along the elbow armpit area to the ceiling. Those of you that want to put the right hand on the ground, you can do that. But if the hand goes on the ground, look slightly forward to the reaching hand. And we're going to breathe here. Excellent. Back up. We'll straighten this right leg so we can pivot those right toes in, left toes out. Now warrior 2 out the back. And we're going to stay here a little bit, couple of breaths. And left forearm on the left leg. We're trying to copy whatever we did on the other side. Good, and back up. We'll straighten the left leg. We're pivoting again. Left toes 45, right toes out. Warrior 2 again for a moment. Then we're going to turn the right hand so the palm faces the ceiling. The left hand's going to barely touch the back leg, and we're going to arch back, looking up along the elbow to the sky, keeping the knee over the ankle with the core a little bit engaged. Let's breathe here. Excellent. Straight that right leg so we can pivot right toes 45, left toes out. Warrior two, pointing out the back just for a moment here, a couple of breaths maybe. We're going to turn that left hand so the palm faces the ceiling, right hand barely touching the back leg. And then we're going to arch, cores in, knee stays over the ankle. And we're going to breathe right here. Good. We're coming to horse, so we'll come to center, and we're going to have the feet about the distance of the elbows, and they should have been close to there to start, but anyway, it's about that distance with the toes slightly splayed. We're bending at the legs, opening the knees out, and then we're going to hold the ceiling, and we're going to breathe right here, just like this. Very nice. Straight the legs. We bring the arms down for a moment. We're going to turn the feet to run straight forward. So the outside edges of your feet should kind of be similar to the outside edges of your mat. We're going to reach up, breathing in. And on the out breath, we're just coming straight down with maybe just fingers on the line the big toes have made. And then if you feel like you got more place to go into, you can bring the palms down. Definitely attempt to let the head drop down, and again, the spine lengthening through the back down to the earth, breathing here. And back up, we're going to reach out to the ends of the fingers for a moment. And then behind the back, we're going to intertwine the fingers. If your upper back is holding tension, push the palms all the way together. It may restrict your movements, but it's better for you. If not, they can be apart. And then we're going to forward fold. With the hands apart, it goes more into the shoulders. We're going to stay here, toes as light as possible. You could lift them for a moment. All the way back up. Let's touch the ceiling on this one. And then all the way back down. We're going to grab the shins, the ankles, or the big toes of the peace fingers. No matter what you got a hold of, pull the elbows away from your ears and let your head drop down. Let's stay down low, both hands over to the right, left shoulder under and through. And then over, please, to the other side, right shoulder under and through. And let's come up to standing. We're going to shorten the stance to about 3 feet. If you're taller than me, and I'm probably about 5'7", you can go 3.5 feet. We're going to turn the right toes straight to the front, and the back toes about 45 degrees again, but shorter stance, heel to heel, as we talked about. And I'm going to bring the arms out so I can get the shoulder rotation, so the shoulders match the front of the mat as best as we can. Behind the back, we grab elbows or reverse prayer. We're going to look up, pull the shoulder blades together, keep them together. We're going to come down and look at the right foot and breathe here in pyramid pose. And you could stay in pyramid. Those of you that want to do warrior three, one of the tricks is to kind of push that back foot off the ground and a little hop slightly forward. Over time, you actually don't have to do that. The body can kind of do it on its own, but it's a nice little trick, especially in the beginning. The beginning lasts a long time, which is super awesome. Ardha Chandrasana, if you like, right hand down, left arm up. You take several breaths here. In Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana, a switching of the hands. Put that left foot back down. We're going to pivot again. Right toes 45, left toes straight out the back. Arms out for the rotation, at least for me. Behind the back again, we grab elbows. And we forward fold again, looking at the foot. And you could stay here or hop onto that left foot for warrior three. And Ardha Chandrasana, left hand down, right arm up. And switching the hands, if you like. That one's a little tough. Excellent. And let's stand anywhere at the top of the mat, and we're going to maybe move around a little bit and loosen things up. Excellent. We're going to do tree. We're going to stand on the left foot. We're going to grab the right ankle. You can hold it there, way up above the knee. With the strength of the leg, you can push the foot against the other leg, and it might lock. You could also put it out in the front if you prefer. Hands to the heart, or all the way up. I'm going to stay at heart. We're going to breathe here. Very nice. Let's do the other side. Standing on the right foot. Left is coming up. We'll try to, again, copy whatever we did on the other side. Hands to the heart or up, or even that leg in the front, which I've done a bunch of times. Excellent. Let that down. We're going back to standing on the left foot. We're going to lift the right knee, and the right hand's going to grab the right knee. We're going to stand up really tall. So the left shoulder's over the left hip, over the left heel. That's going to stay there, even if you decide to grab the big toe, extending the leg. I'm just going to hold the knee. Keep the standing side straight as you can. We're going to take a few breaths here. So open your leg out to the right as you look over the left shoulder. And do your best to keep that foot up. We're coming back to center, and then show me the bottom of your foot. Great. Let that down. We'll move around a little bit. And standing on the right, we're going to lift the left on left. Again, standing side as if you was totally against the wall, the back of the head, the back of the shoulder. Then if you want to extend the leg out, grabbing the big toe, you're welcome to. So we maintain that tall standing. And we're going to open that leg out to the left as we look over the right shoulder. And back to center, show me the bottom of your foot. Very nice, let that down, you can step it out a little bit. So feet right under the hips, toes slightly splayed. We're coming down into a squat. We're gonna put the elbows into the legs, the hands in prayer. We're gonna lengthen up the back. We're gonna take a few breaths right here. If those of you that want to get in a crow or a headstand, you're welcome to. Otherwise, this pose has a lot of going on, a lot of good stuff. Low back opening, digestion opening, hips opening. Let's bring the hands in prayer straight forward. And we're coming all the way up to the sky. And then all the way back down, hands in prayer straight forward. And all the way up again. And back down, hands in prayer straight forward. Two more. All the way up again. Back down, hands in prayer straight forward. One more, back up. And back down. Let's come to hands and knees. Knees about 2 fists apart, shoulders over the wrist. Let's just do a little cat-cow since we're already partially here. We drop the belly, looking up, third eye. Breathing out, arching the back. Just moving and breathing. Good, back to stationary. We're going to look over the right shoulder, see the tail. So the left side, the ribs poke out a little bit. And then over to the other side. Great, back to center. Let's turn the right hand so it faces the left. So the fingers are pointing at the left hand. We're going to nail that hand in place for now. And we're going to feed the left arm through, laying onto the shoulder and the side of the face. You could stay here pushing against the mat. In fact, if you're going to stay here, some of us might need to move that hand about 1 inch further away from our nose. If you prefer, you can come up around the back, grabbing the shirt in the pocket for the leg. I'm going to stay pushing with the hand on the mat. I like the way it affects my back. Excellent. Up again to hands and knees. I'm going to do the other side. So left hand turning in, and then right arm feeds through. And we just lay down onto the shoulder and the side of the face. We push the hand against the mat. And again, you're welcome to bring the hand around the back. Like I said, on the other side, I'm going to stay here. Great, back to center. We're on our way to the hip opener called pigeon. We're going to step back to the top of push-up. So we'll do a little bit of that movement from the beginning. We lower drop, up dog or cobra, down dog. And then we're going to hold the right foot up over the back wall just for a moment here. You bend that leg, opening up the hip. Keep the right armpit down. And then we're going to throw that right shin up top of the mat. We're going to scoot the left leg further back and lift the heart. And we'll put the forearms down, the head down. Your knee is going to end up outside of the right ribs. It's okay If your right hip doesn't get down on the mat, we're coming down even like an elevator, and we are going to breathe right here. All right, hands down. We're going to set up the other side. That right leg, you could shake it a little bit if you like. And then again, top of push up, we lower down, chaturanga, up dog and cobra, down dog. And we're going to hold the left leg up. Bend that leg, opening up the hip. And then again, we throw that through. My knee is ending up really close to the wrist on the left hand, and then right leg back some, look up, and then forearms down, and then knee stays there. And again, we come down even like an elevator, and we're going to breathe here. Excellent. One last time, hands top of the mat. We're going to step back again. Top of push up. We lower and drop. Up dog and down dog. And let's sit down with the legs straddled straight out in front of us. We're going to do some moving and breathing. We're going to breathe in and touch the sky. As we breathe out, we're going to try to touch the toes all the way back up and then to the other side. The in breath will be in the middle. Out breath is on every downward fold. And we're going to just keep moving and breathing. Excellent. Let's touch the ceiling and then arms down. So I didn't wear all black today, so it'll be easier to see. We're going to do this other hip opener. We're going to take the right heel under the left hip. We're doing the shoelace pose. So now the right knee is pointing straight forward, and then the left foot's going to jump right over that the side of the leg and the knee. You can stay here sitting up tall. They call it the shoelace pose because if you like, the right hand can grab the left shoelace and pull that foot back and see if the knees stack. If they need a little extra help stacking, we keep the feet rooted, we put the fingers on the mat and lift up and lunge a little bit. And then you could stay here holding the knees down. You could reach the right arm up, down the back, you grab the elbow and pushes against the arm, core in, breathing in the nose. Also, you could come around the back and introduce the fingers together. And we're going to stay here, breathing. Very good. Let's unwrap all of that. And we're gonna do the other side. So left heel is coming under the right hip. So the knee pointing straight forward. Right foot jumps over that knee. So you could just stay right here. For some people, that's pretty intense. Could take the left hand and grab the shoelace. And this is good. You can see that my knees don't line up on this side. So I'm a little tighter on this side. I definitely am going to put the fingers down, lunge forward, then they line up, mostly. Left arm up, down the back, head pushing against the arm, core in, breathing in the nose. Again, if you came around the back and introduced the fingers, you're welcome to do that. Great. Unravel all of that. Let's put the legs out in front. You could shake them around a little bit. And we're going to do our twist. We do this twist most of the time. Occasionally we don't, but mostly. Right foot in real tight. Reach asana C. Left toes remain pointed to the ceiling. Left arm grabs the leg. Right hand behind you, sitting up tall. That hand behind you, 6 inches out from the tail, fingers pointing away, shoulder back. Could bring the elbow outside if you like for a little bit of extra force. You don't have to. We're going to breathe here, looking at the eyeball line, looking at the wall. Excellent. Let's do the other side. Right leg out there in the front. Toes stay pointed straight up to the ceiling. Left leg in there pretty tight. Right arm grabs, hand behind you. We sit up tall. Or again, elbow outside. We breathe. We look at the wall. Like we're giving profile. Again, the twist is in the torso, not in the neck. So the neck and the head just going for the ride as far as it goes without any tension. Great. Back to center, both legs bent, which will prepare us for our core work. We're going to bring the arms under the bent legs. We'll roll back onto the tail. You could stay right here, which is great. If you let go, when you let go, you start to feel the core work. Shoulders back, breathing, looking at the feet. You could straighten the legs. You bring hands in prayer, third eye or the toes. Behind the back's a lot of work. I'm going to keep my legs bent. We're doing 5. Cross the legs, grab the shins, sit up nice and tall. And then up again for 2 of 5. The next ones will be a little quicker. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And 3, back up. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Back up again, number 4. I count with this hand. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And last one, back up, please. Shoulders back, breathing in the nose, looking at the feet. Very nice. Hug the knees in. We're going to lie down. We can grab the shins with the forearms for a moment and pull them down and bring the nose up to the knees. And then we're going to put the feet down flat. We're doing bridge. Those of you that want to do Urdhva Dhanurasana are priority on the way. But for bridge, feet and knees 2 fists apart, longest finger almost touches the heel. We lift the hip. As we lift the hips, tuck the shoulders, intertwine the fingers, push the arms on the ground. And we're going to stay here breathing. Excellent. Back down. We're going to go upside down. We're going to do plow first and then shoulder stand. If you want to skip those, you can lay with your feet up the wall and stay there as long as you like. It's a great pose with your arms out. But otherwise, we're going plow first. We're kicking the feet up and over the head, legs in the direction of straight, hands on the back, or intertwine fingers with the arms down. We're going to stay here. And if your hands are not on the back, place them there now. And we go feet to the sky. Heavy shoulders, heavy elbows, looking at the toes. Excellent. Bend the legs, bring the knees to the ears, and we roll down. We get a little bit of dead bug. Knees in the armpits, soles of the feet up in the ceiling. Head down. You could rock around a little bit if you like. Excellent. Knees into the chest. Imagine you have pencils, one on each knee, pointing up at the ceiling. Hold the legs together. We're going to draw a circle on the ceiling, one direction here at first. And then the opposite direction, please. And we keep the knees up and back to center. Let's bring the arms out like a T. And then on the out breath, we'll let the knees fall to the right as you look to the left. You put the right hand on the leg. I'm going to breathe here. Excellent. Back up to center. And then over to the other side. Right arm reaching out, looking to the reaching hand. Good. Back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Thank yourself for coming out. Tell yourself you did a good job. I'm rolling up to a seated meditation. You're welcome to meditate laying down. I notice I left this light on. I never do that. I must have been distracted. So if you're sitting, I'm sitting up on a mat, intertwined fingers, thumbs touching with one hand on top of the other, shoulders back, core in, chin hanging slightly to the chest. We're going to become aware of the body breathing itself. We're going to try to put all of our mind's attention on that breathing. If that's not enough, you can breathe the body like we do in class rather than the natural breath. Re-breathe it. We breathe it. And we put our focus on that. You can also count the breath. When you get to 11, we'll go back to 1. And we'll be here about 5 minutes. already. If you chose to lay down and you want to finish out, you're welcome to lay down and just let that be the way you end up. It's great. But if you want to sit up, roll up to seating or anything like that, I went too far down the rabbit hole. Let's bring the hands to the heart center and rub them together, making a little fire. And then all the way up like a big funnel. We're going to take a breath into the nose as much as we can get. We're going to breathe in more through the mouth and even more. Tighten the core, tighten the legs, lift the floor. We're going to hold all that a little bit and then let it out. You're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. It's DanielOverberger.com. You can find links to my Venmo and PayPal there to send a donation for class. And let me end this.